Yeah, morning boss. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. And
Yes. So we had a demo session previously, right? I was just briefing you about Python. So Python has got multiple features, right? It was introduced in the year 1989. So, but more than 30 years ago, it was introduced, but all of a sudden it has got a great boom. Today, it is widely used, mostly used in developing are implementing different domains in different high-end technologies. It is used as the implementation language in the various high-end technologies, right? Like data science, entire data science implementation coding goes in Python, data engineering, Spark with Python, like PySpark, in writing automation scripts in AWS DevOps, and in IoT, in robotics, right? Yes. Python has, what are the features it has got? Why Python has become suddenly super popular is very less code you see in Python. Most of the developers or programmers are attracted towards Python and migrating towards Python because of its very less coding. Secondly, like simple syntaxes, they look like normal English statements. Multi-programming features, hybrid features. Python has got interactive mode. You can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it is going to give the response, right? Interactive mode given by Python. Wide varieties of applications creations. Wide varieties of applications we can create, right? Many different types of application, any type of application, web application, animation application, automation applications, um, networking application, embedded application, desktop applications, many built-in libraries, thousands of modules, like 89,300 modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environments, right? So general purpose programming. General purpose programming is not for a particular purpose, or it's not purpose based. Any kind of applications we can develop. It's a platform independent. Platform independent. It can run on any hardware, any operating system. It's a high level language, easily understandable and it's portable. It's interpreted language. Interpreted language. Statement by statement execution you are going to see. Supports advanced analytics. Supports all the databases. Means supports and connect with all the databases. Okay. So mainly like very less code, not even 1/4 code, simple syntaxes given by Python, multiple programming features. All the programming features we see in Python, you can easily interact statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Different varieties of applications creations, thousands of modules. Python has got inbuilt modules. No need to write a huge task. Using these modules, we can import and we can perform the operation. General purpose programming, platform independent, high level, interpreted line by line execution, supports advanced analytics. It has got powerful libraries. Python has got powerful libraries, right? Like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, for all this, right? For data science, big data environment. Okay. Before I go with the things, right? Technically like installation of Python, the other things, you need to know something about PSF. Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation, PSF. Yes. So it is a non it is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. This PSF, it was launched in the year 2001, almost like more than 20 years ago. It was launched, and the main objective for this PSF, Python Software Foundation, to foster the development of Python. To foster the development of Python from version to version. In the year 2005, Python Software Foundation, that is PSF, received PSF received Computer World Horizon Award, right? Computer World Horizon Award. PSF received Computer World Horizon Award? Yes. The president for this, the same personality who have introduced Python, is the president for this, Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum, right? The same personality is the president for this PSF. And the headquarters, where are the headquarters of this? In Delaware, US. Yes. Official website. Official website. Python.org. Python.org, right? Yes. Official website for Python. Next, Python versions. Python versions, right? Yes. Before we go with the installation, you need to know about the Python versions. The different versions of Python till now, right? First version, Python 1.x version. It was released in the year 1989. The second version, like Python 2.x. 2.x means 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. First two version was released in the year 2000. Python 3.x version, the version what we are using currently. 3 version, right? We are using currently. It was released in the year 2008. The first 3 version was released in the year 2008. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python. Python 3.12. Stable version of Python. Python 3.11. Stable version is nothing but like mostly used version. Yes. So the version what we are going to install is Python 3.12, the latest version of Python. Hardly it takes 2 minutes to install Python. So downloading and installing of Python hardly it takes 2 minutes. Next, installation, Python installation. Yes. So before I go, right, 1 second. Go to this apps. Within this apps and features. Scroll this down, right, go to Python 3.12, right? I'll uninstall from the system. And again, I'll try to show you from the scratch, right? How to download Python, right? And how to install Python, right? Yes. Yes. Python is going to provide different softwares for different environments. It is going to provide different softwares for different environments. For Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS. For Linux, no need of any separate installation. Whenever you install, right, Linux, along with it, you are going to see Python also getting installed. By default, you will get Python along with this Linux installation. No need of separate installation for Linux, right? But for Windows and for Mac OS, compulsory we need to download, we need to install Python. And for Windows, Python is providing two softwares. If your Windows is a 32-bit Python software we need to use. If your Windows is a 64-bit, you need to use 64-bit Python software. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? How you are going to check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? So let this uninstallation go. I'm just minimizing it. Just go to this file explorer. Just open this file explorer, right? And right click on this PCR computer. This PCR computer, right? Right click properties. What you are able to see now, right? System type 64-bit operating system. If you have got 32-bit operating system, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. If you're using older version of Windows like Windows 7 or Windows 8, and if you have got 32-bit, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software, which is provided by Python. Yes. Now, what is the official website? Okay, here it is. The uninstallation was successful. Close it. Right. Official website for Python. Python.org. Just go to this python.org site. Right. Just check with this. www.python.org. This is the official website for Python, from where we can download Python, where we can see the documentation for Python. Clear documentation is provided, right? You can see the documentation. What are the new things? What are the new features got introduced in the latest version? What are the features which got removed, which got deprecated from the previous things? Everything you can see within this documentation. Now downloads. Within that, all releases. Go to all releases. Just scroll down. Just scroll it down. Right. Scroll down. Right. Looking for a specific release. Try to say looking for a, okay. Active Python releases are there. Don't go for it. Looking for a specific release. 3.12.6, the latest version, introduced on September 6, 2024. Just almost like 18 days back. 18 days back, this version was introduced. So you can see that the Python versions from the last 20 years. You can check it here. The Python versions from the last 20 years, from 2001 onwards. 2001, two version. Later you got multiple two versions, right? Okay. So 3.0 version was introduced in 2008, December. Later, again, if come back to this. So the version what we are going to download, 3.12.6, the latest version. Click it. You'll get this Python 3.12.6. Scroll down to the bottom of this page. You'll see the files. For Mac OS, go with the 64-bit Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. Below that, you can see Windows for 64-bit. For 32-bit Windows, you can go with this. Just click on this, your download will start. Your download is going to start. Just 25 MB of size. 25 MB of size, right? Okay, can you see here 3.12.6? 3.12.6, it's got downloading is finished. Click on this. So you can go to the downloads folder and click on the .exe file. Yes. Don't immediately go for the installation. At the bottom, you can see add Python to path. In Java, right, we need to set environment variables, all those things. But here in Python, no need to set all those. If you're choosing this option, add Python to path. Add Python to path. Select it. Add Python to path variable of OS. So that Python is going to be recognized from from everywhere. Now go for customize installation. You will get the documentation, pip, ideally integrated development environment, right? Learning environment, and Python test suite. All these are selected. Nothing. Okay, everything are selected. So just to say next. Here also nothing to select. Just already they are selected. See where this Python installation location. Installation location, right? By default, where it is getting installed. Okay. In C, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 312 means. Tomorrow, if you want to locate where your Python is installed, you need to enter into all the subdirectories. C, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python, all this. But instead of that, just I'll remove this and I'll just say I'll remove all this. Just install Python in the C drive. Just C/Python 312. That's it. Python 312, a folder is going to be created in the C drive and it is going to be installed within this. Check it. Just say install, hardly it takes 30 seconds for installing it. Install, that's it. Just a second. Almost done with the installation. Yes. That's it. Setup was successful. Close it. How will you check? How will you check whether your Python is successfully installed or not? At the bottom search panel, at the bottom search, type CMD. Type CMD and just to go to the command prompt. Type Python here. say enter. Whenever you say enter, it has to display the Python version that you have installed. And this 3 arrow symbol. Any valid Python statements you can type and you can interact here statement by statement. Yeah, able to hear my voice, everyone? Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
just now again, earlier it was not. I think for in your
fine. So here, whenever you type Python here, it has to display the Python version. And this interpreter, 3 arrow symbols you can see here, right? Yes. I can type any valid Python statements here and I can interact with Python statement by statement. This kind of interaction you cannot see in other programming languages like Java, other like C language. Just any valid statement. I'm asking what is 13 into 24. It gives the response. X as 10, Y as 4. What is X? What is Y? What is X plus Y? X minus Y. No need to define the data types also here. Directly provide dynamic data types here in Python. If you're assigning 10 to it, then X is a variable created dynamically during runtime. A integer variable created because you assigned an integer value. X into Y, X by Y, X into 2, 10 into 2, 10 square. X equal to Ajay, Y equal to Kumar, X plus Y, X equal to hello, X in this way, any valid statements you can type X into 7, 7 times. If you say quit, it will come out of this interactive. This is what interactive mode in Python. Interactive mode in Python. So Python is working fine, successfully installed. If anyone working in the Linux environment, by default, you see Python. By default, Python is will be inbuilt along with this Linux. But if you want the latest version of Python to be installed, everything you are going to do from the root user, apt-get install Python 3.12. So this is the command. This command is going to download and install Python within your Linux machine.
Sir, how to check which Python version is installed in my computer?
So, okay. Directly you can type Python version. Which version, if which version is installed means just there, I said right here, just type Python here. Just type Python, it will automatically gives the version. So typing Python here, right, in the command prompt. First it will display the version here. Then this interpretation interaction you can do. Otherwise, even 1 second. Go to this command prompt. Python 3 hyphen version. Hmm. Hmm. Python hyphen version.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Python hyphen version. Generally, in the Linux environment, if you say Python, by default, Python 2 will be activated. Python 3, we need to say in that. By default, Python means it will take Python 2 version. Generally, we need to say Python 3 there in the Linux especially. Now, Python execution modes. Python execution modes. 2 modes of execution. Interactive mode. Interactive mode means just now I was discussing about the interactive. So just this is what the interactive mode. Interactive mode. Next, batch mode. We have got interactive mode and batch mode. In interactive mode, you can directly interact with Python statement by statement. Here, we directly type Python statements on the interpreter. Just now I discussed. And the user can easily interact with Python. And the user can easily interact. Statement by statement. And the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. The advantage of this interactive mode. The advantage of interactive mode. For example, if it doesn't know about any Python functionality, you can just type here and check what output it is going to provide. To test the functionalities of Python, and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. But generally for developing applications, this interactive mode won't work. We need to go for batch mode. Batch of statements, set of statements we need to write, and we need to create a .py file. We write a set of statements within the editors within the editors or IDEs. And save it by using .py extension. Save it by using .py extension. We write set of statements within the editors or IDEs and save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python. Within the editors or IDEs, save it by using .py extension, later submitting to Python. What are the various editors and what are the various IDEs? Various editors. Within the notepad, you can write. Within the notepad, you can write the Python code and create a .py file. Within the edit plus, you can write. These two are for Windows environment. For Linux, VI editor, nano editor. Within this, we can create a .py file. These are the various editors, but what are the IDEs? Integrated Development Environment. Various IDEs supported by Python. Various IDEs. So we use this IDEs only in the real time. We use this IDEs like PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. So you may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two? Python is used for different environments using different IDs. For data science applications, Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred. Spider is preferred. Even for big data or data engineering, Jupyter Notebook, Spider is preferred. And for typical web applications, PyCharm, VS Code are mostly preferred, right? In this way, different environments using Python, so they'll be using different IDs. So I'll be showing you not on a single ID. I'll be showing you how to work in multiple IDs, right, in Python. Every 15 days, we'll be seeing one ID, we'll be writing the code. In the coding wise, there won't be any change, but the environment is going to be changed. How we are going to execute. Mostly used among all this, the mostly used ID among all this. PyCharm. PyCharm is the mostly used. Yes. Developing the first Python application. Within a editor. Developing the first Python application within a editor. Like Notepad. Developing the first Python application within the editor like Notepad. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. Open Notepad and type the following. Up to now, we didn't discuss anything related to Python, right? So just I'll take two values, x as 10, y as 20, and I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. X plus y, x minus y, x into y, x by y. x into y and x by y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Copy this to a separate notepad. Paste it. Save it. So I created a separate folder for this batch, right? Python. Okay. I'll create one more. Python 8am batch. Within this Python 8am sample1 dot py. I'm saving it as sample1 dot py extension. So what I did, just write your Python code in any notepad. Save it as a .py extension with any name. So I've saved it as. So just save as sample1 dot py, and now submit this file. Python as save as sample.py, and now submit this file to Python as. Okay, how you are going to submit this sample1.py and how you are going to execute it? Just go to this search, go to the command prompt. Just type Python. Don't say enter. If you say enter, it will go to the interactive mode, statement by statement interaction. If you want to execute this batch mode, Python, where your Python file is available within the C drive, within this Python 8am, Python 8am batch. sample1 dot py. So here observe the file name present in which folder, present in which drive, the entire file path. The file is present in which folder, which drive, everything you need to give it here. Right. And say enter. Whenever you say enter, it will display the output 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Yes. Now submit this file to Python as well. Yes. This what? Just provide this entire file path to Python. Go to the command prompt, type Python, and give the entire file path. It gives the output 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Yes. But here, what is your observation? But here, we are writing the code at one place. We are writing the code at one place, where we are writing the code in Notepad and executing at the other place. And executing at the other place, where within the command prompt. But To write and execute at the same place, but to write and execute at the same place, to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. IDLE means Integrated Development Learning Environment. So for the people, right, beginners and learners, this IDLE will be working better, which comes along with Python installation. Which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. Okay. So using which we can write and execute at the same place. So we are writing at one place in Notepad and executing at other place within the command prompt. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute. See how to open this IDLE. So the same code I will be taking, the same Python code. Where you can see this IDLE means, to go to your start programs where your all applications, all apps you can see, right, all are installed. You can see Python 3.12. The first thing what you see in this Python 3.12 IDLE, if we click it, Python shell gets open. This is the Python shell, like Python 3.12. This is one way of opening. Otherwise, even if you want to open this IDLE, in the bottom search panel, type IDLE. You got IDLE Python 3.12. Click it. So this is what IDLE Python 3.12 Python shell. If you want to interact statement by statement, you can interact here. I'm saying what is 3 plus 5. In this way, you can interact with any statements, but I doesn't want this interactive mode, batch mode. Just to say file, new file. That's it. File, new file. You can write the code here itself. You can run RUN, run option is there here. Run, you can run here itself. Writing the code here itself and running it here itself. Just some statements, Python code I'm writing, taking two values and performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. File, save, just save it. Just now I created a folder, Python 8am. Save it as sample2.py. Save it as sample2.py, right? Save it. Now you can write the code here itself. You can run the code here itself. Just here, run is there. Click this run module, you say. That's it. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. No need to give that path, the file, the folder path. Just writing here and run a run module. Okay. Okay. So this is what writing and executing at the same place. Writing and executing at the same place. So today I was discussing about why Python is suddenly super popular, Python Software Foundation, PSF, Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, interactive and batch mode, and developing the first Python application within an editor. And later I was showing you in IDLE, right? Fine. Yes, just a second, just 1 second. Yes, you can check this, right? Yes. This is the Python course content you can see. Python basics, Python operations. Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session same time at 8 a.m. using the same link to see more discussion, right? Tomorrow I'll be just going with the technical concepts, right? Applications of Python, features, advantages, Python mode of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, Python editors and IDEs, Python constants, Python variables, comments, type conversions, operators in Python, different types of operators, different IDs, Python IDs, how to work on different IDs like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, all this flow control statements in Python, basic Python, looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections in Python, right? List, tuple, sets, dictionaries, Python list creation, list indexing, list operations, list functions, list methods, nested list, tuples, sets, dictionaries in Python, functions in Python, argument types, default argument, non-default argument, keyword argument, non-keyword argument, right? Modules in Python, package in Python, errors and exception in Python, file handling in Python, object-oriented programming concepts in brief. So as part of this course, I'm going to discuss procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python. So regular expressions, database connectivity, Python data and time module, operating system module, advanced concepts like iterators, generators, closures, decorators, web scraping, graphical programming, working with Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, the important Python libraries modules, Pandas module in brief, NumPy module in brief, and Matplotlib module in brief, right? So these 30 topics I'll be discussing as part of Python Core in Advanced, and people who wants to go for full stack, Python frameworks also like that. Django framework, web frameworks, right? Django applications, Django project architecture, project creation steps, everything you'll be learning here. Django application creations, Django views, Django templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts like ORM, all this, and UI technologies. And the prerequisites for this, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything will be discussed on this. And one more framework that will be discussed, that is Flask framework. Right. Check this. Python Core and Advanced, nearly 70 hours, 6,000 is the course fee. Those who want Python. But apart from these, people who wants Python full stack, UI technologies will be discussed. The Django framework will be discussed with 15 to 20 applications will be developed. Flask framework, MySQL, and a project. So these things, right? And this topic 2 to 6, this also takes 70 hours. So Python plus frameworks, Python 70 hours, frameworks 70 hours, 140 hours. But still, if you feel that 4 months is a longer time, if you want to go parallelly also, you can go parallelly. Monday to Friday, Python classes, Saturday, Sunday, there'll be some weekend classes available for these frameworks. 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. Fine. So 6K is the fees for Python, 7K for frameworks, 13K. But if you're taking the entire package, it is 12K. So I'm making it clear about this timings, right? About the timings of this batch, I'm making it once again, make it clear. For the first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 8 a.m. Later, it is going to be at 7 a.m. in the morning. So first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 8 a.m. But later, it will be at 7 a.m. Right?
Sir, tomorrow కూడా demo class है sir.
Yes, tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, right?
Okay sir.
And you are going to get every session video. That means each and every session, even if you miss any session, you can go through the recording of it and you can attend the next session. Soft copy of the class notes. Soft copy of the class notes, assignments and tasks, and a WhatsApp group will be created, right? 300 plus code examples, 20 plus applications, and interview questions, right? Yes. And there is one more, there is a package available, right? Big data package. People who wants to go for this big data like Hadoop, PySpark, means Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, and Python, this core in advanced 2 months. This Python 2 months core in advanced also is it's included in this package. So this will be from Monday to Friday. Python, you can attend this current batch which you are attending. This Hadoop and PySpark will be in the weekends. 12 nearly for 12 weekends on Saturdays and Sundays. It will be 15,000 is the course fee for it. Fine. So any other queries, right? Anything you have got, you can just go with your queries. All the sessions will be interactive sessions. You will be kept in unmuted status. At any point, you can ask the queries. And for each and every statement I type, you people will be responding what will be the result of it. So Python is a statement by statement, right? You can see the output for it, how to build the code. Right? Tomorrow you can see, we will be seeing that some technical aspects. Right.
Sir, just one question, sir. Python is helpful in the SAP technology, sir.
Python is
Will be applicable for SAP kind of technologies. I mean, product kind of technology, sir.
system application programming. I didn't hear much about, means not about SAP, but Python it is used. I need to check once.
Okay, sir. So, like, I mean, there'll be a recent, we have been heard about development in SAP as well as Quantix applications. So, just like to know, I mean, whether the Python will be applicable for the product-based kind of applications, sir.
So most of this, if you talk about most of the high-end technologies today, they are using Python for its implementations.
Okay.
Like everything data science, everything implemented in Python, even like in big data environment like Spark with Python, and writing automation scripts in, if we talk about IoT in AWS, DevOps, or in robotics, right? So this Python is chosen.
Okay.
So Python has got 89,300 inbuilt models to each and every environment. For every environment, it has got for networking, for testing, for databases. For every database, it has got a module to connect with it, right? So thousands of models like 89,000 inbuilt models it has got. No need to write any huge codes. It's simple. By using that, you can perform the operations, right? Any other queries, right? Yes.
Sir, lot of classes they are starting at 7. So I'm also taking another class at exactly 7. If you're going to change it to 7, it's
So there
going to be
is a batch in 9 p.m. right in the evening.
Oh, 9 p.m. in the evening.
Mm.
Okay.
If anyone if are not comfortable with this timing, right? There is a batch in the night. Why? Because there is if you see, there are many students, whenever the calls are made to the students by the front office, the students, they prefer like 8 a.m. is not the better time, 7 a.m. is the better time, because most of the people, they listen to the class at 7 and they will go to their offices or to their colleges. 8 a.m., 8 to 9 is something, if it is class goes up to 9 o'clock, will be very delayed for their going to their jobs and going to their colleges. That's the thing. So it's most of the online classes will be at 6 and 7, right? Or Sometimes demos will be taken at 8 and the original classes will be at 7. But that's the reason. 8 to 9 is something that people won't prefer for online.
You said there's one more batch at 9:30 p.m.
9 p.m. 9 p.m. is there.
9 p.m. Okay.
9 p.m. You can just talk with this online team. They have provided the contact details right here. You can check it here. Yeah, you can see in the chart, right? A big message is given by this DURGASOFT online team. So the contact, if you have missed that previous demo, right? You can see in that demo video, a link is given. That is, you can see the video in that link in the YouTube.
Okay.
First 3-4 videos they'll be keeping in the YouTube, but later you'll be getting all the videos to your Google Drive and the notes to your mail IDs. Right?
Okay.
Mostly from day after tomorrow, you'll be getting that videos to your Google Drive. A WhatsApp group will be created, and from day after tomorrow, you'll be added to the WhatsApp groups. You can see the contact details of this online team, the payment process and the procedures, and the course content details. Right? All this you can observe. Right? Fine. Okay. Fine. So we'll meet tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock using the same link. More discussion on this, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.
Thanks, Vijay.
Thank you.